back to my channel. I'm Alex Alicia, and I'm so excited about today's very special guest. 2025 is looking like it's going to be the year of this wonderful artist, and I'm so excited to talk with her all about it. I want to welcome the one and only Orianthi.
Hello, thank you so much for having me on.
Such a pleasure. I want to start on a bit of a wholesome note, actually, and just kind of like dive into the fact that I know that, guitar has meant everything to you since you were young, and you were like back in Australia at 15 playing in those clubs. And I just wondered, like, what does music mean to you?
Oh my God, it's my life. I mean, growing up in Australia in Adelaide, as even like a 6-year-old kid, watching my dad play guitar, in the living room and going, that sounds so freaking cool. I want to be able to do that too. And then he would put the Beatles on TV or Elvis Presley or BB King and Santana, and I'd be like, oh my God, this music's mind blowing. Like it just gave me this sort of feeling of like I want to do that. Like I don't know how, but I want to do that. So just I actually started songwriting when I was like 6 years old. I just learned a few chords, 3 chords. My dad taught them to me, and then I just went down because the Beatles were a big influence on me, on Elvis Presley, and so I just really wanted to, I don't know, just write songs. I never really thought, oh, I want to learn how to play lead guitar first and foremost. I wanted to sing and write lyrics, and so it all kind of stemmed from there. And then playing assemblies at school at 6 or 7, and then studying classical, and then playing piano, and then cover bands, and then management team when I was like 14, and then leaving school, and then playing until I was like 18 in pubs and self-producing records and learning how to engineer. There's a whole, I dedicated my whole like childhood to music because of the calling, I guess, or whatever. And it's still calling me now. There's a lot more to do. There's a lot more. I've done like 10 albums or 11 albums already or more. It's like I still feel like I haven't put out a record. It's weird. I wake up every day going, I'm still a 15-year-old. There's too much stuff to do,
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like I never, yeah, I don't know. I never really look back. Okay, that was cool. Oh, I listen, people put on songs. It's like, oh, that actually sounds cool. Like, yeah, I did that. Like, I don't actually reflect too much. I go every day, like, what am I going to do? What's going to happen tomorrow? And it's just being excited about the future. But music is everything to me, and I think it's just such a healer, not only for myself as an artist, but when you can heal other people through your experiences, your messages,
Sure.
music music as a frequency as well, like just how it makes you feel, even if it's instrumental, like
Mhm.
music, how people put on a song. It's like when I first heard Santana Europa and how that just changed everything for me, it's like, and that was instrumental. It's kind of like a thing where you just go, I am so grateful for this force of energy and healing and
Yeah.
everything. So a part of it is you have to serve people when and that's my job. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, it's so sweet as well that you just said that there at the end, because I know like for you as well, like you said before in other chats I've seen you do that, like, there weren't many female guitar players for you to like look up to so much when you were growing up. And I know you like Nancy Wilson from Heart, and she was a big inspiration on you, of course, and some others, but now you're like that person for other girls, other young women coming through in the industry. Like that must be a pretty like full circle, really cool moment for you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a thing where I just go like, growing up, learning from, like, I mean, there's Bonnie Raitt as well that I listen to, as well. But yeah, I mean, it when I came out with According to You, and that was like a multi-platinum like pop single, everywhere. And I got some messages from young girls like, thank you for inspiring me to play guitar. I mean, it wasn't only young girls, it's like a lot of like young guys too, and just people. I mean, and that's the thing, it's like it's weird. At first it was a gimmick when I first started playing. And it
Right.
wasn't, I kind of played, oh, she's a girl, female guitar player. It's like, it's like a circus act or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And then there's so many now. It's like female drummers too. But the thing is, I don't even like think that, oh my gosh, when I walk into a situation, oh, I'm a female guitar player. I just go, oh, I'm a guitar player, I'm one of the guys, like, because I have so many male friends and guitar players that are legends too,
Yeah.
and walking in even next week for Billy Gibbons' birthday party bash. It's like the Slash I'm playing it with, and
Yeah,
there's
I
her
saw
people.
that. That looked amazing when you put the poster out.
Yeah, and so it's like,
Yeah.
and I get there, but I don't go, oh, I'm gonna be the only girl. Like, no, I'm a guitar player. I've got to, you
Yes.
know, celebrate Billy, and this is going to be awesome. And I've known Billy since I was 16 years old. So
Wow, okay.
first of all, I opened for ZZ Top in Australia when I was 16. So it was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Amazing.
pretty wild. So, the thing is, it's kind of a thing where you just go like, man, like I feel very, very blessed,
Mm.
but I've also worked very, very hard.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
when you look at those things, people go, oh, she's lucky, or she's just a girl, she just did this. I'm like, you know what? No, yes, luck comes into play, of course, but it's manifesting, it's putting it out to the universe. And a lot
Yeah.
of things are all on frequency. If you envision what you want and you put feeling behind it,
Mhm.
like you already have it. And it's not in a way where you deserve it or you're entitled to it or any of that. It's just like, oh, I would love to, like, a kid, whatever, like I want that red fire engine, I want a bike or whatever it is. And you're excited about it, and somehow your parents buy it for you, or you somehow obtain that bike or whatever it is, right?
Yes.
It's because you put that childlike like kind of thought and energy behind it, then taking inspired action
Mm.
with that thought and intention and everything. And that's what
Wow.
makes things happen in life. Like, I got to tell you, like, how many times, I have been on a really low frequency and nothing's happened. And I've been depressed and upset, and because I fired managers and
Mm.
people and stuff, and all this stuff, and you get down, or you're breaking up in a relationship which just
Mm.
tears you apart, and then
Mm.
you're like, leave me alone, everybody. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
all that stuff lowers your vibe. So for moving into 2025 and everything, and making these, like, you know, kind of promises to myself and everything like that, like, I don't want to be too affected by other people as much as, like, how can you stay on a path of enlightenment and for your highest good,
Mm.
is to truly trust yourself. And people can give you advice and everything, but don't rely too much on other people for your happiness, for love, for anything like that, because it's truly all within us. If we admit that frequency of love, self-acceptance, who we are and all that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
that really is so powerful that it inspires other people to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And you're more at peace with when you wake up. Nothing's going to be ever perfect. I'm telling you, like, it's like so crazy in this industry, like
Mm.
being in it for over 20 years plus. I've been professionally doing this. It's like nothing is ever perfect. Even when from the outside people go, oh, you're so lucky, all this stuff is amazing. And I'm like, I haven't slept in 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
battling an illness, or I'm doing this, or I'm
Yeah.
going through this heartbreak, and I've just, it's like, man, or you never know. So from the outside, everything is, all glorious and glamorous. It's like, when you're feeling half dead and you put makeup on and you dress up, oh, you look great.
Yeah, exactly. And nobody would know any different. But then, like you say, it's not always all like sunshine and rainbows, is it? And it is tough. It's a tough industry to be a part of. And I bet for you though as well, like when you look back at all those like long years that you've been doing it so far, like have you kind of started to realize yet at this point, like maybe what the key to longevity in this industry is? Do you think you have an idea about like, what it is, or is it just like you say, hard work, like a little bit of luck here and there, what do you think it is?
Having control over your mind, like
Mm.
telling yourself, be your own best friend. Because I think, as I'm a perfectionist and I want everything to be a certain way, and so when you talk to yourself, it's like, everyone has an opinion, like, especially
Sure.
being, you know, on social media is the worst. I'm actually, trying to get off Instagram as much as possible now, because I
Mm.
can be a bit toxic sometimes. You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and so Facebook and Twitter is cool and whatnot, and now I'm gonna learn TikTok because that's kind of fun or whatever. It seems really more fun than Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram can be a little more intense, and
Mm.
people love to have their opinions of hate, which is very strong. And I'm
Oh,
like going,
so true. Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? Like, come on, guys. Like, but I think longevity in this industry is having control of your mind, surrounding yourself with the right people, getting a great attorney to make sure that you're not signing, shitty deals, because, as an artist, I pretty much manage myself because
Mhm.
I've been through a lot of managers, and I've learned what's best for me. And then I have great attorneys, and I have great business management. I have great tour management, and all
Mm.
this stuff around me, and assistants stuff where you just go, and friends that will give me sound advice. And that I find has been the best situation for me right now, and I don't really I think that, you just got to take care of making sure that, you want to play with an open heart, and all of that. And you also want to make sure that you make money. You want to make sure
Yeah.
that you're not getting taken advantage of, because
Sure.
if people can take advantage of you, they will.
Yeah, no, that's so true. And it's like there's so much more to it, isn't there, than maybe some people realize, that being a musician is not just getting up on stage and the fun part of it, there's so much more to it. But I really am excited to talk to you about this next album. It's so exciting, of course, some kind of feeling. I know we've had 3 tracks so far, and Orianthi, they are stunning. They are so amazing. I absolutely adore these tunes. Of course, Ghost has come out too, and the title track, Some Kind of Feeling, and then The First Time Blues featuring Joe Bonamassa. Like every single one of these tracks is just so beautiful, so unique, but full of vulnerability and a real rawness and a fieriness and everything like that. I'm just curious from your perspective, what it is like as a songwriter to give so much of yourself to a song and to an album and put it out there for people to listen to publicly. Is it scary of a process? Is it cathartic? What is that like?
Yeah, I mean, I try to be as honest as possible, with
Yeah.
all my lyrics, and that's scary because even though it's funny, even though it's like I put things that are so like right, like how should I put it? They're just very honest and very much exactly what happened in a relationship breakdown, or what this
Mhm.
person did and said, and
Mhm.
to the actual point that I think that my exes, if they listen to the lyrics, they might go, "Oh, this is about me." And then this next record, there's a couple of songs on there where, yeah, I mean, they could probably definitely go, "Oh yeah," like some very specifics, and I'm not, but I think that that's very important because it's like this is a diary entry. I'm editing myself, and
Mhm.
but at the same time, I've made peace with it.
Yeah.
I love my exes. I mean, they're all friends of mine, and we all, you know what I mean? It's like a thing where you just go, okay, but the pain of whether you leave the relationship or they leave you or it's mutual or whatever it is, it's still a part of you because it's part of your life. You know what I mean? It's something you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
Yeah.
then it's very interesting because I think that like, you never want to stop feeling. And I feel like these days with a lot of people, they want to like not, especially the younger generation, they don't want to feel as deeply. They think it's cooler to just be surface level with
Yes.
everything, and they think, yeah, man, it's just cool to not really feel much. Are you going to be a zombie for the rest of your life? Are you going to walk
Yeah.
through life as a freaking zombie that has no feelings? I mean, you got to feel to be human, to be alive. Like the pain, the love, the joy, the happiness, the everything, that's all part of the human experience, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just feel that sometimes with music too, I hope that the worth of music comes back because the value of it is so, I mean, it's kind of deteriorated, that people's view on music is just like, oh, I don't think it's worth, especially when Napster came out, and all that kind of stuff like back then. And then, how it changed everything from the streaming to like, I love a physical copy of a record. I love the fact we can pick up our
Me
phone and
too.
listen to something. I think
Yeah.
that's so cool. But it
Me
needs,
too.
I just truly feel that like something needs to shift because, you know, music is so valuable.
Mm.
It's like going into a cake store, and I'm not, saying that music's like a cake, but I'm saying like it's going into a cake store and eating a cake and then going, yeah, I'm not sure if I want to pay for it, but the cake was really good. But it wasn't like I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah,
that's what that's what, like, streaming's like for me. I'm like,
so
pay
true.
for the fucking cake. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're
Yeah,
gonna listen to it, consume it, you're listening to it, it's like, I don't know, it's or going into a clothing store. It's like you pay for the jacket, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Someone put time to make that jacket. And music still costs the same. Like,
yeah,
producers paying for studios, paying for engineers, paying for like, it still costs us the same, yet it's not worth anything to
yeah,
the generation. It's like, yeah, I just want to stream everything for free, everything's great. And it's like, no. So I think that needs to change. It
yeah,
makes me annoyed. It makes me very annoyed because as a kid, I want to pay for music. I want to pay for my favorite record, like whoever's coming
yeah,
out with the album. I want to read the liner notes. I also want to have it on my phone, of
yeah,
course. But the streaming services have to do something about what they're doing, because it's just
yeah,
not right for artists, for everything, for it to be a sustainable
yeah,
situation, and
yeah. So
especially
true.
the younger artists too, that
Mm.
don't have other things going on.
I love that you're keeping the art of the album alive as well, because like you mentioned streaming, and I think that the other thing that it has taken away a little bit is that joy of listening to an album start to finish the way it was intended and created by the artist. Like I know people now like put like a random single or one song that they like from an album into a playlist and put it on shuffle and that's it. But I personally still love listening to an album. I mean, I collect album vinyls behind me and I just
I
think they're
love it.
so beautiful. They're like a work of art, aren't they? And I think they're so
Yeah,
important to keep alive.
God, yeah. And I mean, like, like listening to a vinyl record
Mm.
and just putting it on for its entirety, and then you just sort of like you're in the room,
Yeah,
with
it's such
them.
an experience.
It's such an experience. And it's kind of a thing where even like making this record at Robbie Krieger's studio,
Mm.
um, I wanted to be surrounded because I'm a big fan of Robbie's, big fan of the Doors and all that kind of stuff. And I just want to be around like people I felt comfortable with, and not, I'm working at East West as well, which I love. But I think that, they're just private studios where you go in, the doors closed. Or when I'm recording at Robbie's, Robbie will just casually walk in and sit down, and I'll be playing a solo, and I'll be like, "Oh my god, Eddie, sorry, Robbie's here," and I'll be like, "Oh wow, this is so cool." When I was working with Eddie Kramer there, and Robbie Krieger came in, and then Carlos Santana came in, and I was like, "Okay," and then I was like, no pressure whatsoever.
Yeah, I can imagine. With this album, obviously, like you are no stranger to making records, and with this one, like, how do you know when an album is done, Orianthi? Like, how do you start to think, right, stop working on this now. This is it. I've got what I wanted. I feel like this is the finished piece. Is there something you're measuring against, something that you're looking for, like a certain barometer? Like, how do you know when an album is ready?
It's never finished. I put out records and I go, oh shit, that guitar should have been better in that place. I should have taken that part out. I should have sung that line better. So,
That's that perfectionist in you coming back
oh,
out.
100%. And so it's never ever done. But when I do know it's finished is when like I've driven everyone mad. Like when my producer and label person and everyone around me, the band, they're like, when
Yeah.
they start getting like, okay, let's just put it out. When I hear that, I know that like I've overdone it, like I've overanalyzed it. And yeah, it's just a feeling you get from other people when they feel like it's done. Like I sent it to my parents, my sister, my friends, and then obviously like when I hear from the producer going, "This is great, you got to put the shit out." I'm like, okay, all right, I got it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's fucking like you just go like, oh, all right, okay, now's the time to let this bird free.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, just get it out there
yeah,
and let other people do the judging afterwards. You've done your bit, wipe your hands of it. No, it's going to be
exactly.
amazing. I can't wait to hear the full finished piece. Like I say, we've heard the three singles so far, and I just need to know as well, like you've called it Some Kind of Feeling, also the title of the track recently released. What was it about that song that made you want to name an album after it, or was it the other way around? Like, how did that work?
I mean, honestly, I think everything's going on a feeling, and that's with every song, and whether it be like the way I've written the lyrics and it starts with lyrics, or whether it starts with music, you're just going on the feeling of that situation. And I think that it's a great, kind of I thought it summed up the record because each song was all about that. It wasn't like intentional, like you have some people like have concept records, like I want it to be like this, and it's more in your head than your heart. Like sometimes people think that way, like strategy of how this record should be, right? And then they write songs on the concept of it all. And but this was more like each song was going on a feeling. Like First Time Blues is very different from Some Kind of Feeling. Ghost is very different from, Bad for Each Other. Another song's coming out on there. And then this other song that Dark Days Are Gone to there's quite a few others, but I can't remember them right now, but yeah, there's a lot. But yeah, there's, they're all so kind of different but cohesive. Like it's not like, oh my God, there's a metal song and a blues song, a country song. It's more like, they all feel, people like, oh, it's so country rock lenient. I'm going, I don't know why my voice just sounds country sometimes. I'm sorry. I don't know why. It's just,
I love that though.
like, I don't know. It just does. I'm Australian, which is weird that it sounds country. And I'm inspired by the blues. I love country because the storytelling. I grew up listening to country music with other things too. But it's like, I guess, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. But some people just say, oh, you should make a country record. Maybe I will. Maybe the next record, I'll freak everybody out and be a freaking country album.
Who knows? Coming soon, 2026. Who knows? It's so amazing what I've heard so far, though, and I just want to compliment you as well on Ghost because it really is one of my favorites at the moment. It's stunning, and I love like the outro of that song as well with a little echo. Of course, very ghostly, very eerie ending to that song. Beautiful, stunning playing as well. Absolutely love what I'm hearing from you at the minute. So I just want to say congratulations so far. And the video for Some Kind of Feeling as well is out, and stunningly picturesque kind of situation and fashion vibes are really like 100% tick. Love them.
Oh, thank you. It's funny. I started myself with this thing because I was like going, oh, we need it to be bright and colorful for the chorus and then kind of moody for the verses. And then I was like, I called the director, Alex. I'm like, let's go. And because we had it all out in the kind of desert hills area, and we nearly died from heat stroke that day. It was so hot. But so we had to keep on wiping ourselves off. It was like so hot. It was like close to 100 degrees out, where we were. And then we're trying to dodge like rattlesnakes and other things as well. Then I was like, okay, well, let's go to Malibu. And that's on the cliff. And then it was really cold that day. So it was really windy and cold and overcast. And going, perfect. It kind of gave off Blair Witch Project vibes driving up there, but I was like, interesting.
Great movie, by the way.
Interesting is how I was like, okay, this is going to be. I was standing on a cliff, and I'm like, I do not want to fall off this cliff, but like,
it looks amazing, and like you've got that contrast there, haven't you? So it's like the weather was a paid actor.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was fun, and I love my band. So yeah, it's fun. We're going out to Australia. We're touring over there. We'll be over in the UK in July, and then I'm heading off to. Oh my God, there's so many different places. Like joining Cooper when I get back.
Yes.
For 10 shows only.
11 years as well it's been, hasn't it, since you two were together on stage? So
it's been a minute. But look, Alice's family, Nita, is a dear friend of mine. I love her. And so it's kind of like a thing where I'm going to bring the blues rock kind of feel back to the band for a minute, and then she's going to come back and bring her metal rock thing to the band. And it's great because we're so different as players, but we both like love each other. As like we're just like very how should I put it, supportive, and yeah, it's just really cool. I think it's really
just to kind of wrap up, last couple of notes for you, because I know you've got other chats probably going on for the rest of however long. But I know, you've worked with so many amazing people over the years, and I'm sure you get asked this stuff all the time. But I just want to ask you about the whole Michael Jackson thing, because I'm holding up my This Is It DVD. I have had this since 2009, and I remember my friend took me for a birthday present to the cinema, and I saw you for the very first time on the big screen, and I remember thinking, wow, this girl is so cool. Like, it was amazing to see you doing that. And I just wonder for you, you've worked with incredible people like Michael Jackson, like Prince, like Steve Vai, Joe Bonamassa, like the list goes on. And what are some of those like most special memories that you kind of like take with you? And have you learned anything in particular from people like Michael and that over the years that you now apply to your musical career and to your life as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they all have different ways of working. They have all different ways of sort of, they're all very dedicated. Number one, they're very dedicated to their art. They're very serious about it. And
Mhm.
with Michael, I mean, he was one of the most incredible entertainers that ever lived, So
Sure.
working with him, he taught me a lot about entertaining people and not being too, to yourself. Be very open, like just give it to the audience, bring them in, invite them in, I mean, obviously the extravagance of his shows, I can't do myself with my band. There's a lot going on. But like, he definitely taught me a lot. And obviously he gave me a lot of confidence. I mean, being chosen by Michael Jackson out of millions of guitar players on this planet or thousands, and he chose me, I go like, okay, I have to now prove to myself in a way, like to get better and better because he chose me for a reason. Everyone that was chosen for that situation chosen for a reason.
Yeah.
And with many things, Alice Cooper, working with him, I've had many getting signed to Interscope, Jimmy Iovine, all these people that have believed in me over the years, Steve
Yeah.
Vai, Carlos Santana, you know, Gibson guitars and PRS guitars and
Mhm.
Orianthi, everything. It's like you go, okay, I have put a lot of, I mean, I work my ass off in this business and to be, the best artist I can be. But there's still, you never stop learning, never ever stop learning, and getting into a room with different people and playing. I mean, Joe Bonamassa, for example, what an incredible guitar player, how dedicated he is as an artist,
Yeah.
as a dear friend. We hang out, talk guitars, and he's just a normal person, but very obsessive with the way that he is with his, just dedication to playing songs, um, his crazy schedule of touring. I mean, there's so many things where you just go that, yeah, these artists are very successful for a reason because they put 100% or 110% in to everything they do. And I think that that's something that I do as well. And I'm, applying that to everything. And it's like, that's why, it's like things move along and you get things going. Is like, you just got to give it your all, and then take time for yourself is really important as well. Finding balance is something I'm going to try to look for in 2025.
Yeah, I mean you've got
But
so much going on, haven't you? But it's just
yeah,
it's so incredible, to hear that kind of stuff. And yeah, I guess you learn a lot like when you're going through this journey that you're on. But it's so amazing. You should be so proud of yourself because what you do is you're so good at what you do, and that is why, you are where you are because so many people appreciate your gift. And I just want to say to you, congratulations again on everything you've got going on. I think it's going to be such a great year for you. Please do take it easy and give yourself some time. And I hope you feel better really soon as well.
thank you very much. And I hope to see you when I'm over in the UK. Definitely, that'd
Yeah,
be awesome.
Some kind of feeling.